Welcome to NEXTGames' Intense Ambuscade series. This video covering November 2021's Intense Ambuscade Volume 1 against Iron Giants. Now in this video, we'll go into key item acquisition for this month, give an overview of the battle strategies and what you're to expect, and then I'll show you 4 battle examples. The first on Ninja Warrior on the easy difficulty, next Red Mage Ninja also on the easy difficulty, and then we'll finish it up with a damage dealing example using my Dragoon also on the easy difficulty. The fourth and final example will show you my ninja without using any gear swap and only ambuscade gear, and how they can take that on this month on the very easy difficulty. Know that a normal win this month is certainly possible for a ninja, but it's going to take upwards of 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and show that battle example in a separate video. Next, let's go into the key item acquisition for this month. Now this month you're going to need a single Arcana kill for both your first run of the day and your additional runs for that day. Now I recommend simply heading to Fei Yin, home point number 2. Well, right there near the home point crystal, there are many Arcana in the form of weapons that you can kill for that single kill that you need. Other locations include Upper Delkfutt's Tower at home point number 1, where you can drop a level and kill pots, or Ifrit's Cauldron, home point number 1, where there are bombs right there that you can kill that will count for your Arcana kill. Now let's move on to what you would expect from this month's run. Now if you've been doing Ambuscade for some time, you will notice that this is a duplicate run from one of our previous months in 2021. 9 months ago in February, we also took on these Iron Giants. Now SE alluded to the fact that they have changed them in some way, but when comparing my runs to the runs from last February, I'm really not finding much tangible difference. So whatever it is they did change, it really should not affect your playstyle, and you should be able to use the same strategies that you used back in February again this month. Now in the event that you didn't take place in this ambuscade last February, or you need a refresher, let's go ahead and quickly go over what you should expect from this month's run. Now the main 2 NMs are a Frostknot and Blazeknot, and both must be defeated. Now the Frostknot will use Blizzard AoE spells, often several times repeatedly, so be ready for him to do that. He will also take full damage from all of your physical attacks, so both your weapons attacks and your weapon skills. Now Blazeknot is going to be strong to physical attacks, but weak to skill chains, magic burst, and overall magic damage. Therefore, that's what you're going to want to use to try and take him down as quickly as possible. Now, if you leave both of these 2 NMs within 15% hit points of each other, they're only going to use a single ability, which is Cyclone Turbine for the entire run. Now, this is an AoE damage ability, so it's going to strip your shadows away quite quickly, and if it does happen to land on you, it's going to dispel 1 or more of your current buffs. Additionally, it has a 20-foot range, so it will more than likely hit you and all of your trust each time each of the knots use this ability. Now how you take these 2 knots on is going to depend on the difficulty you're taking this run on with. If you're doing this on the very easy or easy difficulties, you're going to use a completely different strategy than you would use on normal and above. Now when you're on the lower difficulties of very easy and easy, you actually want to force them to be beyond that 15% hit points difference. What this is going to do is make whichever one is at the lower hit point threshold to freeze in place and stay terrorized until you have brought the other one to below 15% of that first. And then you will be able to bounce back and forth, only having to contend with one of these 2 bosses at a time while the other one remains terrorized. Now the one that is terrorized will slowly regain hit points, but it's usually only 1 to 5% per each terrorization. Therefore, it really doesn't add too much to your run. Now by using this strategy, you are going to trigger both the Knot's ability to use their full range of Iron Giant abilities, which include Seismic Impact, which will do AoE damage, slow, terrorize, and hate reset. Arm Cannon, which is AoE fire damage and max HP and MP down. Incinerator, which is conal fire damage and burn. Scapula Beam, which is AoE damage and all stats down. Eradicator, which is an AoE damage and weakness in a 20-foot range, so it's going to hit you and all your trust. And Ballistic Kick, which is conal damage, hate reset, and encumbrance. Now of course, giving the Knots the access to use these 6 abilities is going to make your fight a bit more of a challenge. But honestly, many of these abilities are much less frustrating than the constant AoE dispel that you will be getting if you have both of those Knots unterrorized and spamming the Turbine ability, which will be continually erasing all of your buffs. Now sadly, on the difficulties of normal and above, this isn't a very viable strategy, because the regen that both of the Knots get when they're terrorized is quite potent. and they will end up regenning all the way to full health before you can bring the other one below by 15%. Therefore, you must focus on keeping both within 15% hit points of each other at all times. I recommend trying to stay within 10% of each other because any errant weapon skill and skill chain combo may send Frostknot below that 15% threshold. This means on normal and above, when you're in a party setup, you want to try and split the Iron Giants up by having someone with shadows tank each and then slowly take both of them down at the same pace. This is the perfect month for Ninja due to all the shadows they have access to, the amount of damage they can do with both physical and magical attacks, and then additionally, you want to keep in mind that the enfeebles Ninja has access to are quite potent and land quite easily on the knots, so make sure you use them as they will make your fight substantially easier. Jobs that can do damage from a distance, such as pet jobs and range jobs, are also highly effective this month as long as you have the tanks necessary to hold the knots. Also keep in mind that when you kill the first knot, the second will also immediately die. Shortly thereafter, the head of that knot will appear with the remaining health that that knot had. In regards to trust selection this month, you want to use RKV to tank. Now if you don't have access to RKV, both Valinoriel and August also did a decent job. In regards to support and healing, Yoran Oran does a fantastic job this month, and I often will use Sethdas to continually restore HP and MP to the entire party, as this can be a fairly long run. Pair that with the usual bards and red mages you'd use in your trust party, and you should be well suited to take this month on. Now let's go ahead and take a look at those battle examples. We'll start with Ninja on the easy difficulty, then followed up with Red Mage on easy, then Dragoon on easy, and lastly we will do our Ninja example using Ambuscade gear only and no gear swap. Look for a video later on in the week to be released showing how to take this on solo with Ninja on the normal difficulty. Enjoy the run. That's going to be it for Intense Ambuscade November 2021 Volume 1. I hope you found that helpful. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a great month out there. Stay safe and stay healthy.